Hello guys, welcome to another FU Money. Today is Saturday, so we are going to have a live stream, and this will be a bit more extended as promised. Let's wait a few minutes and people will join. I don't really get it. I created a scheduled stream, but as soon as I started the stream, then it changed to another stream, so I don't really know why YouTube is doing that. Also, I noticed that some people didn't get the notifications when I started the live stream. I guess I'm not so important yet, and I'm being shadow banned by YouTube. So you guys have to rely on my Twitter, and of course, if you open the subscriptions page on YouTube, you will see that I have a live scheduled video to happen soon. But I guess this is not really working very well because YouTube doesn't like me, I guess. Okay, so we have a few viewers already. Hi guys, just write something on the chat if I guess the sound is okay. So audio, video, all good? Okay, so today I will, of course, as usual, start by short analysis of the price to time model, and then we can go to the MRI strategy, and then we can go to the Pro framework and see a larger picture of what's happening with Bitcoin. We can also analyze something regarding other coins if you guys want it. So I'm planning to have about 1 hour stream. So I see that we have already some viewers. I'm just making some time so we can have the intro and then start. Please guys, before anything else, just use the URL of this live stream, tweet it, put it on Twitter, put on your social networks. Let's try to get the maximum people we can today. And then I have a story for you also regarding Roger Ver. So please remind me if I forget to tell you the story, and I will show you a few messages I exchanged with Roger Ver some time ago, but I was keeping this story just to have it on the live stream and share it with you guys. Sorry for that. I've been coughing a lot today. I have no COVID, by the way. No worries. You can have a coffee with me. Okay, guys, we have already a few minutes, so let's start the live stream. And please gently touch the like button and share the live stream URL or link on your Twitters and or social networks. Let's call people here and let's have fun. Okay, here we are. So let's go to the charts and start with some analysis, and I will share my screen. So here it is, the price to time model. We have been retracing the price action to the downside. Today we are still a bit undecided about Bitcoin is a bit undecided. I'm not, I'm doing the stream. Bitcoin is a bit undecided about what to do. So we went up a bit and we went down, and let's check what is happening around here. So as you guys can see, we have been, for the last 2 weeks, we have been on the red. We are still somewhat distant from the 20-week simple moving average, which is the green line you guys see here. And this line, the green line, is around 44k right now. At least it was yesterday. I didn't check today, but this is the weekly moving average, simple moving average. So I guess it didn't change a lot. So this is around 44k. This is one of the first lines of support. If we go or continue the downtrend for the price action, however, we are below the threshold that the price to time model sets. So basically, I don't see any problem, as you guys have seen on my previous video, which was a bit of a satire about all those clickbait trolls that we have on YouTube, those guys that like to attract people to register on leverage exchanges and make a living out of those people. So that was a satire. Some people did not get it, but I guess the majority did, because we had an explosion in views for that video. I had a lot of fun doing that, by the way, and we can discuss it after the analysis. So regarding the price to time model, we have this entire area between the curved line, the exponential curved line, and the 20-week simple moving average. We are now trading for the last 2 weeks in between that area. This is really good. It's healthy and sustainable. I guess we would have some time in the future, since we started this bull market, we would have to touch this green line here. And I'm hoping that if we continue the downtrend a bit more, we touch that moving average and we can have a reversal of the price with some reactivation to the upside. So regarding the price to time model, that's what I see so far. I don't see into the future because I forgot my crystal ball somewhere, so I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but this is what I expect as the biggest probability for now. So let's go to the MRI, and we can start with the monthly chart, since we are on a Saturday and this will be a bit more time for the video. We have time to check the monthly chart. So as you guys can see, this month we had almost like two-thirds of the previous gains of the previous month. We lost them already. So, well, we didn't lose them if you didn't sell anything, but I'm saying that regarding all the upside that we had, we lost a bit in the price action. So the monthly chart is correcting, of course. As you guys can see, also the trend line was broken to the downside, but I don't see this as a big problem so far. And the RSI is just having a bit of retracement too. We were in overbought territory already for a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. Almost. This is the monthly, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the 7th month that we have been going to the upside. Guys, at some point we would have to retrace, and this is that retracement you are seeing now. That is the one that was long overdue already. Okay, so this is the monthly chart. We don't have anything else to see here. Let's go to the weekly. So the weekly is the chart I like the most because it gives you the bigger perspective of what's happening. As you guys know, I have those two trend lines here, the white lines. The first one was when we started this bull run, and as you guys can see, at some point in December, the bull run exploded exponentially, so it left this this trend line, and I decided to have a new trend line to adjust the exponential rise of the price. And now that trend line is broken, at least so far. We don't know what's going to happen until the close of the week, but so far we are having this retracement. And basically my trend line was broken, but the candle is not closed yet, so we still have a few more than 24 hours, 24 hours and a few more to see where this candle will close, but we are still distant from the 20 weekly simple moving average, the green line, which is around 44k, exactly $44,000. So we have a lot of space to the downside to touch that line. If we touch it the next week, we will even touch it a bit above the 44 because it will be already around 45.5. And that's a good sign if we touch the moving average and have a retracement, a reversal of the price action, and probably a reactivation of the bull cycle. So far, the market is looking bullish to me. I don't have any reasons to believe that this is becoming a bear market unless we have weekly close below the 20 weekly moving average. The RSI is pointing down as normal. The MACD is also, the lines are on top of each other. As you guys can see, this is not a cross to the downside of the orange line, but they are now together in that point. So this is an indication of a possible start of some bearish times. However, it's not a bearish market. Let's check the 1 day. I hope everything is okay. Hello to everyone in the chat. Guys, just share the link. Let's bring more people to this live stream because there's not so many people today. I don't know what's happening. I warned everyone in advance, like almost 2 hours. And just publish on Twitter and on your social networks the link to this stream. Let's bring some more people here. Okay, so this is the daily chart. We are on an 8 red count of 9, and that means we have an MRI warning. So this would be a MRI bottom tomorrow Sunday, which is also the close of the week. So that will be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow. The MRI is telling me that the next candle will be an MRI bottom on the daily, and this is very, very important. So it's possible that the 100 period or 100 day in this case, in this chart, 100-day simple moving average is going to hold the price around here, and possibly tomorrow or after midnight tonight we will have a 9 red count candle that could be the MRI bottom, indicating a reversal on the price soon. That's what the indicator is telling me, unless we break the support of the 100 days simple moving average, and we could go find support around the 44K, which is the 20, the green line you saw on the other chart, the 20 week simple moving average. As you guys already know, also the volume is turning up a bit. So we stopped that decline that we were having on the volume already for some time. And as soon as this started to decline, the price action, the volume started to go up. And you guys know what this means. This is a bullish divergence, but we need more. We need more volume so that the bullish divergence becomes relevant. So far, it's not so relevant to me. But I believe that we could have some kind of reversal on the price action and reactivation to the upside soon. The RSI also. So let me just show you, because sometimes I forget to zoom in. So this is the volume. The orange line, the average of the volume, is going back up since this point here. And this point here was around the 15th of April. So since that day, we have been going up in volume. Also, the RSI, as you guys see here, the purple line is getting to the bottom to over sold territory. So this is also an indication that a possible reversal is going to be happening soon, probably in accordance to the MRI indicator, and that would be also very good. But if that doesn't happen, I for sure am waiting on the sidelines to buy more Bitcoin, of course. I'm not going to check the BitMEX funding rate here because it's very low, it's very short on the daily, but we can check it on the next chart. And let's do that. Oh, the MACD. I almost forgot the MACD. So the MACD, as you guys can see, is probably reaching its highest point of the bearish indication. And we could have at least one more day possibly of a bit of a downside. But I believe the bars on the MACD are going to stabilize around this height. And we could see a reversal on the price before the MACD starts to turn bullish again, because as you guys know, the MACD is a bit laggy, so it will not indicate immediately that we are going to be in a bullish move. So let's check the 4-hour. So for the 4-hour, we are consolidating around the price action that we had yesterday. We reached the 47,500. So this was loading the MRI. We are now on a 1 to 4 correction on the red count again. We went back up. Now we are going back down. I believe that we could have some consolidation here before a more violent move would show up on the charts. Also on the 4 hour, you see the volume going up. The average of the volume is going up, although the last few periods of 4 hours have been a bit low on volume. The RSI is just going sideways. The MACD on the 4 hour, however, is turning bullish. So you guys can see here, the bars are turning green and the blue line is above the orange line. This indicates, of course, bullish sentiment on the 4 hour. So that would be interesting also if we could have this kind of V shape here and then the round bottom, which would be an Adam and Eve pattern, and that indicates also very bullish. It's a very bullish sign to reverse the price to the upside. Let's check the BitMEX funding rate. So the BitMEX funding rate right now is on 0.02. I'm going to zoom in a bit so you guys can see here. Let's zoom in like that because you should see the price. So I hope you guys see the price there. Sorry, not the price, the percentage. So it's 0.02. So we are declining a bit again on BitMEX funding rate. We have been doing that, just raging for this a few days. We passed my threshold for the negative side, which is the green line here on this bar. Then we went back up again. So the market is very, very, people are just waiting on the sidelines to make big moves. As soon as some indication happens that we are going to the downside, everyone goes to short Bitcoin. If there is a small indication that we are going to the upside, everyone is going to long Bitcoin. And you can see that by this chart, that people are just very focused on what's going to happen next. And you guys know what that precedes, sometimes a violent reactivation of the price action with some volatile moves. And that's it for the 4 hours. So let's see. We have close to 20 people now. That's not bad, considering that the last few live streams were a bit crazy. So let's just check the 1 hour quickly and see the BitMEX funding rate there. It's about it's a bit higher because this is a bit more accurate to the hour. So it's 0.04. Okay, now let's check the Pro Indicators framework. So this is the daily. You guys remember in my previous videos I was talking about this area of speculation, which was really important to me. I was expecting the price action to go down there. So let me zoom a bit. This area starts on the 44 and goes to the 48. And as you guys remember, in one of my videos, I said that I was expecting the price action to go inside that box because this would be the my first position long that I would do for this retracement, for this price action going to the downside. And you remember I tweeted yesterday or 2 days ago, I don't remember when was this, yesterday morning, I went long with 10% of my cash position here exactly at 47.5, and I'm now waiting on the sidelines to see what happens. If we continue to go to the downside, I will buy more around the 44 or 45, probably at the lower end of the box. So let's see what happens. I, however, will not enter any positions, large positions of my cash, just because I'm waiting for some better opportunities to buy more Bitcoin, and that is probably going to happen if we continue this downtrend. So we are now forming a second range boundary. As you guys also see here, I did not show it very well. We had a second range boundary here near all these circles, but the rectangle is so small that you cannot see it. And this was invalidated as soon as the price action started the C wave to the downside, and we went lower than that level. So now I have the second range boundary here, just waiting for the next the next bottom for this range boundary, and then I will put it exactly where this was, but this one in red is invalidated. I can show you guys on the 4 hour of the Pro framework how better you can see this here. So here it is. Let's move this a bit to the left, and you guys will see that before all this C wave that formed here, I had the second range boundary there. Let me just zoom a bit more from the top. Yeah, so this is better. You can see all the price action. So this was the all-time high. So as you guys know, when the all-time high occurs, we reset the count of the range boundaries. So this became the first range boundary again. Then we went to the downside. I thought that this could be the end of that move, so I marked this one as the second range boundary. And until 2 days ago and yesterday, this was still the second range boundary, but now we have a new second range boundary. For now, this is just temporary. I'm going to move that there. And there it is. This one was invalidated as soon as the price action crossed that level over there where the second range boundary was. And after it crossed, we have a new, at least provisional second range boundary until we have a confirmation, because the line going to the upside now is dashed. So until this yellow line becomes filled, this is the provisional second range boundary. Let's see what happens in the next few hours and days. So guys, I guess this is my analysis for now. I bet you will have some questions, and I'm just waiting for you guys to write them on my chat, on the chat of the channel, and let's see what you want to know. And then we can discuss a bit different topics also. Please, when you ask any questions, please do tell me what time frame you want, because sometimes you just say something like, oh, we have an MRI top here or an MRI bottom there, but you don't tell me what time frame this is, so it's not easy to just understand what chart you want me to check. So let's see. Hi everyone. I'm just watching I'm looking at the chat now, so I know who is here. Welcome to the usual people. Tiago, Mary, Maria, and José, and Pedro, Paulo. Paulo is here again, and some people, and Bernardo. I guess we had Bernardo before. Okay, guys, questions? Any doubts? Just don't ask me for financial advice, please. In the meantime, while I wait for any questions you might have, someone asked me to check Ethereum. Okay, let's see what chart of Ethereum we have here. And Bernardo, sorry Bernardo, I didn't see your question, I just saw it now, but I will try to remember. Actually, let's go to Bernardo's question because it was first and I'm still on Bitcoin chart. So what Bernardo is saying is on the 4 hour, probably, we have something like a double bottom, but this is just a 4 hour chart, so I don't really see double bottoms being so relevant on a 4 hour chart. They would be much more relevant if this was a daily chart, because as you can see, what we can be forming here is exactly a fractal of what we had here. So let me just zoom in a bit and you will see what I'm trying to say. So basically we had a bottom here, and then we formed a higher bottom here, and this also looked to me as a double bottom, and then here. So actually we had this semi-circle that created a double bottom on top of the trend line. And then we continued to go to the upside, and then we crashed in the price action. And now it's actually doing almost exactly the same thing, almost the same thing here. So if we have a bit more of downside, we will have the same price level as this previous candle. So this could possibly be, again, a double bottom, but this is just a 4-hour chart. So it's not so relevant because the price action on a 4-hour chart is more active, let's say, than if you check a double bottom on a daily chart. So that's why I don't believe it's so relevant to have a double bottom here. And besides, we had it here, and you saw what happened just next. We lost the trend line, and we had a big crash. And now we are again forming what could be a replica of that formation over there. So that's why I don't see the 4-hour chart as so relevant for the double bottom pattern as, for example, a daily or a weekly. So I hope I answered Bernardo. Thank you. And let's see. Harry Hudson wouldn't be surprised if the 20-week moving average gets front run. What do you mean by front run? Sorry, sometimes I don't know English expressions so well. Ricardo, can you please check Ethereum? Okay, let's go to Ethereum, and I will check both Ethereum BTC and Ethereum USD. Jesus, vet, I never heard about that. So let's check Ethereum here. So I will start with the Ethereum BTC chart, and probably better if I go to the weekly first. I had a few drawings here. This is still a very, very bullish formation in my opinion. So what you guys can see here is a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, and a higher high. You guys can see the yellow lines there. This is some, I guess in a previous live stream someone asked me to check Ethereum, and I did this. So in this regard, I believe that the pair Ethereum BTC is still very bullish. Let me just try to see what's happening here. So we have this trend line. We have this trend line, and we have, actually this looks like a channel. Let me check the channel. Something like that. Actually, this looks like a channel, exactly. This to me looks like a ranging channel, which is, in my opinion, bullish because we are having higher lows and higher highs, and Ethereum is now testing the top side of the channel. We could possibly retrace a bit if we want to continue inside this channel. Let me just bring this a bit to the downside here. Yeah. So yeah, it looks on the weekly chart, this looks like we are just ranging inside the channel. However, the channel is going up, and as you guys can see, we touched the top part of the channel and we had a retracement. So possibly we could be on the verge of having a bit of a retracement on Ethereum versus BTC, especially if we have Bitcoin reversing the price action to the upside in the next few hours or even 1 or 2 days with the MRI bottom. And if Bitcoin explodes to the upside, this could mean a bit of retracement for Ethereum on this pair. But I believe that overall, on the weekly chart at least, this looks bullish to me. So I'm expecting a rise also, unless we break here and Bitcoin breaks to the downside. That's also possible. But as you guys know, I don't have my crystal ball. So if Bitcoin continues the downtrend and it's like a very volatile move, it's possible that Ethereum goes back up, retests this channel here, and we could see an explosion to the upside, and we could see more than 0.05, which would be good. You guys know already that I have some heavy bags of Ethereum that I want to exchange by Bitcoin. So I'm just waiting for the perfect timing. For me, this is not the perfect timing yet. I will wait for better prices against Bitcoin, but I see this as a bullish pattern and possibly a retracement here, at least to the mean of the channel if Bitcoin goes up. But if Bitcoin continues the downtrend, it's possible that Ethereum could hold the pair Ethereum BTC and just maybe even break this ranging channel. So let's see what happens. This is the weekly. Let me just check the daily. What's the outlook for the daily? Yeah, we are having a bit of retracement now, but the channel is still there. The channel is still there, and we are on a 4. We are on a 5 of 9 green. So it's possible that if Bitcoin goes a bit more to the downside, we could still have a few more days of upside, probably a new retest of the top of the channel, and depending on what happens then, if Bitcoin respects the MRI bottom and reverses the price action, we could see this retest of Ethereum BTC fail and come back to the downside, or if BTC does not reverse and continues the downtrend, we could see a retest of that channel and a breakout to the upside. So this is what I see for the pair. Let me just quickly check the Ethereum USD. I don't like those wicks. I don't like that. It means a lot of resistance here, although we are in all-time high territory, but the resistance is very, very high. I guess people are also taking the opportunity to exchange Ethereum for Bitcoin here because it was really high. On the other day, we almost reached the 0.49, and we are now at 0.45 or 44.9, and that is why Ethereum is feeling this a bit of a push to the upside here. But I see Ethereum very correlated to Bitcoin right now. So it depends on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin breaks the 20-week simple moving average, I believe Ethereum will follow. Will go to the downside too. If Bitcoin just retraces a bit, it's possible that the pair Ethereum BTC is going to break that channel that we saw before. However, on the US dollar pair, I see a lot of resistance there. It's trying to break out. It's possible that it does, but if Bitcoin goes quickly to the upside, it might help Ethereum here with this resistance, and people will follow. I'm sure of that. Let me just check so this is the weekly. Let's check the daily. Yeah, so Ethereum is basically being supported also on the daily for the 20-day simple moving average, just like Bitcoin. And we are now starting a red count 1. I don't like that, of course, because it means a reversal to the downside. But at least the pair with Bitcoin is showing some strength. And also the US dollar. Well, it will depend a lot on what Bitcoin does in the next few hours or days. So I bet Sunday will be a very decisive day for Bitcoin, or Monday max, and Ethereum will follow. So just be ready if you like Ethereum and if you want to trade Ethereum against USD. Probably we will see Ethereum going back to the upside again. The RSI is not very famous. It's pointing down here. Double bottom, we have a bearish divergence with the RSI. The price is going up in this period and the RSI is going down. That's not very good. You guys know already that I don't like bearish divergences between the price action and the RSI. But I still think that overall Ethereum is bullish on the bigger picture. So let's see what happens, and if the correlation with Bitcoin is very tight for the next few days, it might just follow what Bitcoin is doing. Okay, I hope I helped with Ethereum. So let's check here. So guys, I would not like to go over 1 hour because it's not easy to have people just watch the replay of the live stream if this is so big. But let's try to include everything. Okay, can you check Ethereum? It's done. What's your calculated probability for the BTC price to go down to around 44 and 38K regarding what you see? So this is Jose. Jose Mal is asking me for a probability. It's not. You guys like to ask me questions for the crystal ball, right? Let's see if I have any indicators help. I actually believe that there's a bigger probability that we retest this box. I'm seeing the sine wave and the momentum going up, so they are close to exhaust around there. So this is just a bit more, and then we will see the sine wave coming back down. The bearish strength is bigger than the bullish one. We don't have any bullish strength right now. I guess this is we just stopped the price there because of some support of previous range and accumulation. And the bears are getting exhausted, but however, if the sine wave goes up there and then it turns back down, I see that we could probably have a bit more of downside, probably not leaving the box and finding the final support around 46 to 44. But I would give this a very close probability also regarding the possible upside. So I would say, in my opinion, we are probably, let me just, before I say it, let me check the daily, because the daily also gives me a bigger time frame. Actually, the daily is showing me sine wave okay, momentum okay, and price okay, which means that we could be starting an uptrend soon. So I was basing my opinion on the 4-hour chart, but when I look at the 1 day on the daily chart, I see the indicator is giving me the signs I need to buy. So I would say according to this indicator, and also taking into consideration the 4-hour chart, which doesn't look so good, I would say 60% probabilities that we found the second range boundary, and from here we could see a reversal of the price. But I would also give 40% probabilities that we could go lower. So that's my probability outlook for Bitcoin. 60%, 60 to 55%, we found the second range boundary. 40 to 45%, we could still go a bit lower, but I don't believe that we could go lower than the 44K. It would be really hard to continue to the downside and find support on the 40K. I would say 44 would be the maximum bottom for now. Okay, so let's see. Sorry, I'm late to the show. No worries. You are always on time if you get here before I finish the stream, Adriano. Front run. Otávio Castro, how do you think we'll touch the 21 weekly MA on the weekly chart before going up? Otávio, so actually I don't use the 21, I use the 20. Some people like more the 21, I like more the 20 because it gives me a bit of a head start if the price touches the line. While if you have the 21 week moving average, simple moving average, you will get it just a bit later. So I like to be warned just a bit before, so I don't use the 21. But if I go here, let me go back to the here you can see perfectly well the 20. So this is the 20 week simple moving average, and well, as I just said before, I give it a 55 to 60% chance that we found the end of this retracement for now. So if I said that, I am saying at the same time that at least for this week, I don't believe we are going to touch the 20 simple moving average on the weekly, but there's still a 40 to 45% chance that could happen. So that's my answer. Thank you, Jose. You don't have a crystal ball, but really solid arguments. That is the most important to me. Has volume of BTC recovered? Is dropping volume a concern? Well, Brett H, the dropping volume is only a concern if it shows a bearish divergence on the charts, which is something I already explained before to Paulo, by the way. If you have volume dropping and the price action going up on the charts, then this is a bearish divergence, and it means that we could have, or we could be proceeding a volatile move to the downside, a correction on the price action. If you have the opposite, if you have the volume going up and the price going down, as we have been starting to have now on the daily, but it's not so relevant yet because the volume going up is not so steep, the curve, then in that case it's a bullish divergence, and it means that we could have some volatile moves to the upside. Okay, so let's see here. Are you taking profits in euros and diversify? If so, where? Real estate in Portugal, stocks, wait for... No, actually, Alex, no. I'm doing exactly the opposite. I had a lot of real estate, and I'm selling my real estate to get into Bitcoin. I started doing this last year, and I'm still doing it. So I'm letting go my part of my portfolio, which was the real estate, and I'm now just using that part into the markets. So I'm not diversifying, and if I had to diversify anything, I would probably just use a small percentage of my portfolio buying gold, and that's it. I will explain to you. I will never well, I will not say I will never again, but my decision last year was to never buy any real estate again, because that's against my Bitcoin libertarian principles. I don't want to have anything that can be confiscatable. And besides, having real estate is not it's not a good bet right now. You can use the same amount of money that you are invested, making much more in the markets using that money in Bitcoin, or even gold is better than just having real estate. Order book looks good right now. Lots of support at this price level. I give shy 55%. That the bottom is in. Yeah, just like me. I also believe that 55-60% we could have the second range boundary, which means the bottom for this retracement, and then we could go up from here to form a third range boundary, where possibly I would take some profit off the table. Not a lot, but probably I would take some small percentage off the table just to be sure that I lock some gains. And of course I'm not going to sell my my hodl position. I will never touch that, but my trading position, probably I will take some profits if we form a third range boundary close to the all-time high and I see probabilities of price reversal back to the downside. Okay, let me just check. So we have 15 minutes more. I would just like to share a small story with you guys, and I'm going to open my Twitter and go to messages. And let me check, where is that? Here. So this is a funny story I would just like to share with you guys. Let me just zoom in here, and you guys can see that I was talking to the real Roger Ver. As you guys see, this is the real Roger Ver. You can check the Twitter handle, and there's the sign there from Twitter. So this happened because I posted, I was replying to something he said about, because he was repeating himself a lot on Twitter and just, let me try to remember. He was saying something about Bitcoin Cash being the only thing that you can buy a coffee with. Because if you try to buy a coffee with Bitcoin or any other crypto coin, you will pay more for the fees than for the coffee itself. And that Bitcoin Cash is amazing for small buys. And so I just replied to him saying that, man, you just look like a bot repeating yourself all the time, every day, several times a day, saying that Bitcoin Cash is the best thing in the universe and you can buy a coffee with Bitcoin Cash. And who the fuck cares if I can buy a coffee with Bitcoin Cash or even with any other crypto coin? So I tweeted that on his Twitter, and he actually approached me and sent me a DM. So he sent me a direct message. And he said, not a bot. And this was the first time I tweeted that, which is not true, of course. But here is some Bitcoin Cash. So he decided just to, I guess, to turn me into the dark side of the force. He offered me some Bitcoin Cash. And he forced me to basically install this app on my phone. So I had to click here and go to the website where it has a link. And you have to download on the App Store, because I have an iPhone. You have this download link where you install the app. And then after that, I just checked that I got the equivalent of $1. So Roger Ver sent me $1. And then, so at first I couldn't, let me just go, yeah. So at first I couldn't see the amount of Bitcoin Cash in that wallet, and I answered him back and said, "Hey Roger, I scanned the QR code, but the app says the payment was already claimed, so there was some kind of a problem." After some time, you guys can see that this was like 10 minutes later. I sent him a message: "Forget it, I got $1. I guess I can now order a quarter of a coffee." Thanks. And he replied to me again saying, the amazing part is that the $1 was sent on chain. That would cost like $20 in fees to send $1 with Bitcoin. So this guy is beyond any kind of cure. Roger Ver really believes that Bitcoin Cash is the best thing in the world, and he's going nuts. Of course, I didn't want to be impolite or anything like that. I didn't want to start any kind of argument with him. I just took the $1 and I exchanged it for Bitcoin. I didn't buy any coffee with it, so that's it. So I just wanted to share this story with you guys. I have the message here on my Twitter. I will not delete this message anymore while I'm still alive, because this is really funny. Roger Ver contacting me to make me believe Bitcoin Cash is the best thing in the world, and he sent me $1 in Bitcoin Cash to prove that this is better than Bitcoin, because he didn't pay any fees to do that. And if I want to send $1 with Bitcoin, I would pay by then. So this happened in 15th of February, as you guys can see here. I would pay more in fees than just to send the $1 in Bitcoin. So this guy is really nuts. I believe that he's doing this to a lot of people, just trying to change their mind, sending $1 to every person on the planet. So this was really funny. Guys, I just wanted to share this with you. And of course, I took the Bitcoin Cash equivalent of $1 and I sent it immediately to one of my exchanges, and I swapped it by Bitcoin, which is just something like very, very small thing. But anyway, funny thing, nice share. I would like to share that on the live stream, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the story. So let's go back to the chat. Yeah, Yeah, so Maria do Carmo, I'm becoming famous because Roger Ver just came to me and offered me some Bitcoin Cash. Thanks, Mary. Yeah, I think so. The best thing in the world you can do with Bitcoin Cash is exchange it for Bitcoin, not to buy a coffee. Let's see. Of course, a dollar is a dollar. Meme or not, Bitcoin it. Exactly, Paulo. That's the truth. So yeah, I guess he was a bit. If he knew that I swapped it for Bitcoin, I guess he would be a bit angry with me. But I don't really care. I just like to make fun of Roger Ver as almost everyone else in this world. So the big fight. I think they love each other, but the big fight between Max Kaiser and Peter Schiff, it's like this love-hate relationship they have, and it's like something similar what I have with Roger Ver. So of course I considered him an important guy before because he was there, he was part of the beginning, but as soon as he went nuts in 2017 because of the fork to have Bitcoin Cash, and since then he has been crazy, and I'm really sorry for him. But anyway, hey Samuel, you got a bit late to the party because we have just a few more minutes. I would not like to go way over 1 hour, so I'm really happy to have all you guys here watching the stream. I hope you enjoyed. I'm not saying that I'm just going to stop here, but I hope you enjoyed all my analysis and the story about Roger Ver. And I hope to have some more nice, funny stories to tell you guys in the future, in future streams, of course. So, guys, just before I finish the stream, I don't want to forget. So, what I'm planning to do from now on is what I was trying to understand with those polls on Twitter is probably I'm going to have from Monday to Friday, I'm going to have the recorded version of the FU Money Show. This will be around 15 minutes to 20 max. And there will be no live stream from Monday to Friday, just a recorded and shorter version of the show. And then probably we'll continue to have the longer version of the show on Saturdays, when people can just join and enjoy not just the analysis at the beginning, but also some funny stories, probably even some news, and where people can interact and ask me questions. Of course, I will gladly answer to the best of my abilities. So yeah, no problem. You can just already, Samuel, that if you the analysis of Bitcoin, and today I also analyzed Ethereum a bit on the pair BTC and USD. You can just check it on the beginning of the video, and then after that analysis we have some chat and I answer some questions, so you know already how this is structured. No problem. You can watch it later for sure. People just click, gently touch the like button, because I don't see any likes here. There's a lot of people here and I see only 13 likes. Can you just click the like button? You guys didn't share anything on Twitter, by the way, because we didn't increase the number of concurrent viewers. I'm going to start doing what Max Kaiser does in his Orange Pill podcast. If you guys don't click the like button, I will take my trousers. You guys will see my underwear. So gently touch that like button immediately. I will show you my Bitcoin underwear. Unless you touch the like button. Okay, I have one more like. That's it? One like. That's funny. No, guys, I'm not going to do that. And I bet Max Kaiser is also not going to show the Bitcoin underwear he has. That's only for Stacy to look at. And that's it. Okay, we have a few more minutes. Any more questions? No questions. Well, Mindogas, I don't really know how to pronounce your name, and you should explain to me how I should pronounce your name. Mindogas or Mindogas, I don't really know, but sorry for that. It's a name I never pronounced before. Don't worry, because I tweet all the time when I'm going to start, and even today I started to tweet 1.5 hours before the stream. So I was hoping you, as a loyal follower, to be here on time. You have to be punished. Yeah, of course. You never saw it? There's BTC underwear. There's underwear for men when you have all those bitcoins on the fabric. I shared it, Twitter and Facebook. No BTC underwear, please. Okay, guys, let's see. 57 minutes. We have 2 more minutes. And then I will enjoy the weekend. And also on Sundays, I was telling you guys the schedule. So this is from Monday to Friday. You will have the recorded version, the shorter version of the FU Money show. This will be around 15 to 20 minutes. Just my quick analysis and some funny things like the previous video. By the way, thank you very much for exploding my views on the previous video with that satire. So that will be around, you will see it around between 5 and 7 p.m. Portuguese time. This will be uploaded to YouTube. On Saturdays, however, we will have the longer version, which is a live stream, the FU Money show with everyone that wants to join. And of course, this will be around 1 hour, and it will start around 5 p.m. the Portuguese time, unless something extraordinary happens, and I will, of course, set the reminders on YouTube so that you guys can see when I will start the stream. So, okay, I've done that, so I should start to thank you all for being here today on my live stream. The FU Money show is, of course, going to come back next Saturday for a live stream, again, around 1 hour, unless something crazy is happening. And tomorrow also, if something really crazy happens, of course, you could have some new recorded video, for example, if Bitcoin goes crazy and drops to 0 or even below 0, as I said in my previous video. But I guess some people did not understand what I was really doing. That was a satire. I was making fun of those crazy guys, that the clickbait trolls, as I call them, on YouTube. And some people did not get it, and they thought I was just another troll also trying to say that Bitcoin is going to 0. But anyway, the majority of people, of course, understood this was a joke, and the views on the video also exploded. So thank you very much for that. Okay, guys, this is 59 minutes. I have to close now. I would like to keep my streams below 1 hour. So thank you very much. Thank you for being here today. And I will come back on Monday with a recorded version of the show and new analysis, unless tomorrow something crazy happens. Okay, guys, thank you very much for being here. And let me just prepare the outro. And that's it. So I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.